Authenticity is the highest vibration. But if you are trying to be authentic, then you are not actually being authentic. My name's Adrienne Grace. I'm a manifestation coach and an intuitive, and I'm helping you quantum leap into your highest timeline. And today I want to talk about authenticity. Authenticity is the highest vibration. And when you are in your authentic vibration, then that is when you attract to you everything that is truly meant for you. The problem becomes that we are then trying to be authentic. Most of the time, we actually are putting on a persona because there's parts of ourselves that we don't think are acceptable in some way. And so we then try to be something else. But in trying to be something else, we're one, not being authentic, and two, that quality is then coming out in uglier and shadier ways. So if you're familiar with shadow work, that's what this is about. And it takes some investigation into this to really get honest with yourself. What qualities do you have that maybe are not very becoming qualities? And you're taught at some point that if you are that thing, then you're not going to be loved. So that's what's interesting, right? We're raised by parents and in societies where there's certain traits and qualities that those people thought were acceptable. And if you were those things, they told you maybe not to be those things. So, for example, let's think of laziness, right? Maybe when you were young, you were called lazy, but you were taught that being lazy is not a good quality. So now you try really hard to not be lazy. But that laziness is part of who you are. And when you're not owning it, it is going to come out in other ways. Or another example, maybe you were told you were selfish when you were young. And again, you were taught by your parents or by teachers or whomever that being selfish is not a good quality. So then you try really hard to be generous. But in trying really hard to be generous, that's not your innate quality. That's not your true nature. And you're actually covering up something else. And you can't be authentic when you are putting on a persona. Something I realized about myself is that I actually am not that nice, but I try really hard to be nice because I can be a little bit of a bitch and maybe judgmental, but I'm taught that that's not an acceptable way to be. So then I try hard to be nice to people. But in trying hard to be nice to people, that's actually not nice. It's manipulative because I'm not meaning what I say and I'm being nice to somebody just so that they think that I'm nice. And I'm not actually expressing my truth to them. So look at ways where this comes out in your life. And a great way to identify some of these qualities is something that really triggers us in other people. Oftentimes, what triggers us in other people is because we're trying to manage that quality within ourselves. And if somebody's not managing that quality in themselves, it really bothers us, right? And it's because we're not owning that quality. And when we're not owning that quality, it's actually owning us. There's a lot of pent up energy and stored there that actually, if you freed and allowed yourself to be that, then it's okay. Now, you might be thinking, I don't want to be a bitch or I don't want to be lazy. But actually, you can be those things in a different way. You can give yourself time to be lazy and you can just own that you're lazy and say, yes, I am lazy. And because I'm lazy, I like to sit on the couch and do nothing sometimes, right? And give yourself permission to do that. Or again, if it's not, being a bitch or being judgmental, it's not that you're going to say something mean to somebody's face, but you can express how you feel. You don't have to be nice to somebody just so that they like you. You can start speaking your authentic truth. Or maybe it's that you really want attention, but you were told that wanting attention is also not a becoming quality. So then you kind of hid in the shadows, but actually you do want attention. Well, try owning the fact that you want attention. And that's okay. I think we all want attention, right? It's just part of being human. The thing to understand is that we are all everything. We are all expressions of one divine consciousness, and every single one of us is all qualities. Yes, maybe in varying degrees, but we all are expressions of this one consciousness and just expressing things in various ways. So, the more that we can truly own all of our qualities, the good and the bad, the dark and the light, the pretty and the ugly, then the more that we can be our authentic selves. And when we're in that authenticity, then we are in the highest vibration to attract to us everything that is meant for us, all of our desires. So, doing shadow work can be really powerful to harness that energy that you're using to suppress those qualities, to then owning it and using that energy for manifestation instead. And maybe it's manifestation and following your joy, right? Really understanding what brings you authentic joy, even if other people don't understand it. So, what qualities do you try to hide? Do some investigation and can you try to own those qualities instead? Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.